Well, hello, ladies. Hello, hello. How is everyone?
Hello.
Hey.
Good.
Happy Wednesday.
Yes. Yes.
How are you all?
Wind down Wednesday at that.
Yes. Yes. We're on our way to Friday.
Yes. This is the best part. You have your glass of wine, great conversation, and get you right over the next few days.
Right.
So it is so good to see all your lovely faces. So we're truly honored here to have our guest speakers and to have everyone here to enjoy some great journeys, stories, and just a few laughter. So I'm gonna just start out by saying, what is your choice of wine? Put in the chat group, what's your choice of wine, or call it out. For me, I am having the New Age Sweet Wave, and it is good. So what are you guys drinking tonight?
I have a little.
So I gotta be honest, I'm kind of cheating a little bit tonight. I'm not having wine. I'm having some milk. So today is National Chocolate Day, y'all, and I just had some cake, and with my chocolate, I gotta have a little milk. So I'm so sorry, but I'm drinking.
There you go. Well, you got an exception with Chocolate Day. Come on, what goes better with chocolate than milk?
Okay, all right. I appreciate the understanding. Okay, thank you for the grace so much.
Yes. What are you all drinking out there?
I have pink Moscato.
Ooh, that sounds
All
good.
right. Very good.
Yes.
Well, I'm drinking homemade lemonade ginger ale because if I was to drink, I wouldn't be here for the rest of the night. I cannot drink.
We know out of the group, you're the lightweight. You get a pass. Hey, Tamar, how are you?
Trying to get myself off of mute. I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. What are you drinking with us tonight?
Some Costco Moscato. Don't judge me. It's really good.
Girl, no judgment. Don't matter where it's from. It's about how it goes down. Okay,
That's right.
Really good. I'm not gonna lie.
And if you get it in a box, it lasts longer.
Exactly. I used to work
know.
for a wine museum, and I know wine pretty well. And let me tell you, there's no such thing as expensive wine, cheap wine.
Right.
It's all how it's marketed. So
Exactly.
Thank you. So she is our sommelier for the evening, lady.
Yes.
Hi, Rachel. Welcome. So what are you drinking tonight?
I'm drinking Guava Goddess kombucha. It's also a lightweight drink.
Oh,
That's all right.
I like kombucha.
Yes.
Did you make it
You
yourself?
know she can throw down when she says it's a lightweight drink. She's the one you need to worry about. You're like, oh, okay, my bad.
Exactly. Hey, Victoria, what are you drinking tonight?
I am drinking rosé. That is my favorite.
Ooh,
Okay, girl. Okay.
nice. Listen, I'm hearing things that I like, so I'm impressed.
Yeah, I love it. My favorite.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but W Marks, I do have to apologize. This is a ladies' meeting.
Uh-oh.
Shoot, I thought it was. I'm sorry. I apologize.
That's okay.
I thought it was everybody.
No, I'm sorry. It's a platform for us women to just really be ourselves. I apologize.
Okay. Well, I'd like to invite you guys to my group. Actually a wine maker
Oh, wow.
and a connoisseur of fine wines in the
Put
heart
your
of the Napa
information in the
Valley.
chat box.
You guys put your information in the chat box so we can definitely reach out to you.
Okay. All right.
Maybe send us a sample and then, yeah, so we'll share it and talk about it in our group.
Here we go.
Okay.
Take
All right.
care. All right. So who did I miss? Hello, Phyllis. How are you? What is your drink of your choice of wine tonight? I think you're
All right. Okay. Can you hear me now? I'm drinking rosé.
Yes. Oh, we have two rosé drinkers in the house tonight.
Yes.
I see Annette over there. Annette, what are you drinking?
Annette too.
Yes.
She might be on mute.
It's okay. So for the ladies that didn't get a chance to share what they are drinking, please just put your choice of drinks, your choice of wine, in the chat box.
Hi, I'm drinking kombucha.
Ooh, oh, we have two kombucha drinkers
Yes.
tonight. Look at there, Rach, you're not alone.
No.
All right, now, so we're gonna get our evening started, and I'm gonna start by introducing. Slow down. Introducing our lovely guest tonight. We have Miss LaToya Wilson in the house. We have, there you go, Miss Laura Mora. I don't think she's on just yet, but she'll be joining us soon. And we have Miss Tamar Paoli Bailey. Bailey, did I?
Bailey, yes.
Okay, Bailey.
Yes.
Welcome, ladies. Welcome. And welcome to all our wonderful guests. If this is your first time joining Wine Down Wednesday, would you be so kind to just put in the chat group, how did you hear about us, who invited you, and so forth. That way we know who the resource is to go to moving forward.
Yes. Yes.
All right, Annette, you ready to get this going?
Yes, yes, yes. Welcome, ladies.
Sorry, not to, and to also introduce myself, Elizabeth, and I have my co-host Annette and my co-host Simone tonight. So we are going to get this party going. So I apologize, Annette, it's all yours.
Okay. So tonight, ladies, hi, how are you? Welcome, and I thank you for coming back again this Wednesday. I look forward to Wednesdays. We're going to play a little game, get to know each other. So the question is, right now, I'm feeling blank. And by the end of this meeting, I like to fill blank.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, to answer question. Uh-oh.
Yes.
Please share that information in the chat group.
Yes, yes, yes. Let me see. Let me put the question, actually put the actual question in the chat.
Yes.
Copy.
And while Annette gather all that information to share with us in between our speakers, we'll let Simone take it away for us.
All right, ladies, welcome, welcome, welcome again. So we're going to start off with a quote by Oprah Winfrey. Just remember, breathe, let go, and remind yourself that this very moment is the only one you know you have for sure.
Yes.
I'll say it again.
Yes.
Breathe, let go, and remind yourself that this very moment is the only one you know you have for sure.
Absolutely.
Close to that.
Yes.
That was powerful, of course. All right. So while we got all nice and warmed up with the icebreaker and our opening quote to get us going, we're going to start off with our first guest speaker, Miss LaToya Wilson. Please share your journey with us. Share your story. Take us on your journey and tell us about yourself.
Absolutely. Hi, ladies. I'm so excited to be on this platform with you guys. And first of all, let me tell you, I am time challenged. So I'm so glad that you said 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I was like, oh my God, let me Google this and see what time I'm supposed to be on. Yes, I'm on Central Standard Time, and everybody that I have collaborated with are on a different time thing. And I'm like, oh my God, let me Google what time I'm really supposed to be there. So I'm time challenged. I'll just say that up front. So in my day job, I am a career probation officer. I supervise a high-risk felony caseload of about 65 people, and 60 of those are men and 5 are women. So that's my day job. And I have a plethora of side gigs, but my baby side gig is empowerment coaching. So I'm an empowerment coach. I'm an empowerment life coach, and that's the heart and soul of what I love to do. I love motivating people. I love empowering people to understand that you have everything that you need to succeed. You just need the right tools to get it out of you. So I love doing that. I am a mother of 4, well, 4.5, because I have a little bonus baby that I love to death. And I'm a nana because I'm just too fly to be a grandmother. So I'm a nana to an 8-year-old little girl. Her name is Aubrey. Let's see, my journey. So first of all, in my profession, I already have to go by rules and regulations and conditions and stuff. And my thing has always been to tell the people on my caseload, this is your last stop. You don't want to go, you want to get out of the system. My job is to keep you out of the system. So I have all the tools for you to do that. It's up to you. And I tell them all the time, you're driving the bus, where we end up is where you take us. So that's how I operate with that. And doing that, I have a ton of training and everything. I don't really talk about myself a lot, so I'm struggling here a little bit because I like to talk about.
Okay, well, can I just interject if I may, because you just dropped a bomb on us.
Yes.
And everyone is just acting like it was nothing, just let you keep going. And I'm sitting here like cringing in my seat going, so you said you have an 8-year-old grandbaby.
Yes.
And you look like you are shy of 40. How is that possible?
Black Italian don't crack.
Right?
I am 46. I'm 46. I started early. I had my daughter when I was 16. So I have a 30-year-old.
Amazing.
Thank you.
Good for you. So rest in that.
Yes.
And allow that to carry you through the rest of the night.
That's right. That's right.
Thank you.
You're welcome, honey. I'm sorry. I hate to interrupt.
That's okay. All the time people are like, is that your mom? Is that your sister? Because my son, who's 25, 26, 25, one of them, girl, I don't know no more. I stopped counting after they get 18. But they thought I was his girlfriend and everything. And then I have a 22-year-old and I also have a 15-year-old. So I mean, I'm done. I'm good. Now, like I said, I have my bonus baby. It's my ex-husband's daughter. She's 4, and she's like my love, love, love. That's my chocolate drop because you see I'm high yellow. So all my kids came out a little bit yellow or a little bit tinted, except one who came out extra chocolate, and he might be my favorite, but I don't tell people that because I always wanted a chocolate baby. But so I'm an empowerment coach, I'm an author, I'm an editor, I'm a ghostwriter, I'm a paparazzi jewelry consultant. You want it, I can do it. I will find out how to do it and make it happen and turn it into a business venture. Where I became an empowerment coach, like I said, I do that already in my day job. But what happened was when I was going through my separation with my husband, my ex-husband, I went into a really deep depression. And like suicidal ideations, all this stuff. I would come home every day. I would come home, drink, get in the bed, go to sleep, go to work, drink, get in the bed, go to sleep, go to work. It was a mass cycle that was happening. And then one day I was just like, wait, can we curse on here? Because I'm a PO and I curse a little bit. Okay, yeah. So, I mean, I need to be my authentic self. I mean, I'll tone it down.
Of course, this is Wind Down Wednesday. Whatever
Okay,
you need
all right.
to
Out of
do to
respect,
let
I'll
go.
tone it down, but I can't make no promises.
Go ahead and do it.
Listen, don't tone it down. Be yourself. We want the authentic you and nothing less.
Thank you. Okay. Permission granted. Okay. so I was going through that whole thing. And then one day I woke up and I was like, girl, what the fuck is wrong with you? Pull it together.
Yeah.
Like, because I was giving all this information to everybody. Like, okay, you can do this. You got this. I'm like the biggest cheerleader for everybody. But in the same time, I was going through my mess, you know, and it was very hard for me. And I went through the whole divorce thing. We've been together since I was 17. So we've been together for 100,000 years, you know. I'm 46 now. Like, we're divorced now, but we live together. And we are the best of everything now that we weren't when we were together. So I don't know how that happens, but God makes everything work in his own way and his own timing. And I think we had to go through all of that to get to where we are.
Right.
And I have a therapist who I love to death. This is old white lady with Black tendencies.
Yeah.
You know, she was like my lifeline to everything. And she always said to me that I know that you got this. You're so strong, you got this. But she never ever once said to me that I was someone that needed her. She said she needed me all this time. So that made me feel like, wow, you know. So I told her she can never ever retire. Because I'll just be at her house. And every year she tries to say, you're fine now. I'm like, girl, stop. Let me sign that privacy statement so I can continue with you till you leave. But that's my journey. Like I went through all those things to get to where I am now. And I don't ever plan on going back to the person that I used to be. I used to be silent. I know that's probably scary and you probably think that's a lie, but in the situation, I was silent because I wanted to keep the peace. Mm-hmm. You know, I was that person. Now, like, okay. And the one thing that my therapist told me was that you can see the house burning down and you'd be out there saying, it's okay. Let's get a pail of water. Let's throw the water on it. Yeah. It's okay. She's like, and people are shaking you saying the house is burning down. Everything is gone. But you're the person, like your positive attitude and your everything, like you're a fixer. That's what you do. That's what you've been conditioned to do. That's why you're in the field that you're in. All those things made sense to me then. But when you're in a situation, none of that matters. And you don't think about any of that. You just want to make sure your situation is a good place to be in. Right. So that happened. I pulled myself up, and then I have been hitting the pavement ever since, honey. Yeah, I said I would never, ever go back to that person. I don't apologize for my feelings. I don't apologize for what I'm about to say, because I used to be the one to like bite my tongue, because I know how words hurt much, much more than a physical hit, you know? And so, but now, girl, I be like, listen, if you condition, you about to get it, baby. Because I am not that girl you used to know, honey. So that's me in a nutshell. And I'm just here and I'm so glad, you guys. So ask me whatever you want, because I'm an open book.
That's right.
That's awesome. Thank you for sharing your story. Any questions? So no questions for her?
I probably scared them now.
No, you did not. I would just like to say hi. I'm Shreya.
Hi.
Hi. I just like to say I love that you got to that place where your ex-husband and you can live together, and that's unapologetic for you. Like that, a lot of people don't see that you can be with someone, not work out, and still be in the best relationship with them, where it's not like you having like a physical, romantic, or marriage type of situation. So that's beautiful. I just want to say that.
Thank you.
And I turned my volume down for you, so say what you need to say.
I think that's awesome too. I agree, Shreya. Is Shreya right? Or Shreya? I completely agree. Okay. I agree with that. And hey, I mean, you guys were married, and if you decide you want to do something tonight, then hey, you get to do that too. Unapologetically.
I mean, I agree. I mean, we got 4 kids. Stop.
Right. And I feel like that's okay. but our journeys is what helped to make us who we are.
Absolutely.
And so we are more than just, and I tell my students this all the time too. I say, you are more than just your name, right? You are more than just your appearance, because you go through things in life. We have to evolve. You know what I mean? People don't just drop from the sky. You don't just come out and this is who you are. No, you are developed over time and through your circumstances, the situation that you go through, the people who you're around. And so your journey is going to take you to places that you probably don't even ever expect, because you probably didn't even expect that you're going to be here tonight sharing your story, right? But look at you and look at God. Won't he do it?
Yes, won't he?
Yes.
So I love it, and thank you for being bold enough to come on and share your story and tell us that. That is something that's so private, that a lot of people would be so ashamed to say and mention. And I'm like, why?
Right.
Why?
I mean,
You guys have been together. You know each other. You've been together, and your story is powerful. That's awesome. And now you can empower others, right? And coach others along too.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. And it's so, listening to your story is like listening to myself. I was with my high school sweetheart for about 12 years, and we've been through the same thing. And I finally was like, enough. I walked away. And even though we're not together, we co-parent better than we've ever communicated in life.
Yes.
And of course, it comes with growth, So I felt like you were just telling a part of my story as well. So I definitely commend you and your bravery to do it the way you did it at the time that was right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes. And I see Victoria has her hand up. Victoria.
Yeah. Oh, LaToya, I just wanted to say that I really liked your story. And something that Simone said actually is that the people that you're around can really like influence your journey and stuff like that. And it made me think to your story, something that not personally me I could relate to, but my mom at least had me at a young age too. She was 21, but she was in school. And something that made me think is something that she didn't have on her journey with my dad was support from her parents. So I wanted to ask you, if it wasn't too private, like, did you have a strong support system from your parents having a kid at such a young age? Like, did you have such a strong support system from your parents?
Okay. So I grew up in a household with a single mom. My mom had 4 girls. My dad was not there in the household, but he was there, so he was around and everything and in my life. And let me tell you the story about my mama right quick. Okay. So first of all, I come from a generational pregnancy situation. All my grandparents had kids young. My mom had me when she was 15 or 16 or something like that. All my sisters had kids, or like that's the generational thing that happened in my family. Now for my mom, the short answer is yes. She was very supportive because she'd been there. So and she was not about me having no abortion or nothing else. She was like, you made it, you having it, you keeping it, that's it, done. Okay. But I asked my mom for our medical card because my mom was on medical assistance, and she had the card. So I was like, I need the card to go to I need the medical card. She's like, for what? I was like, to go get a checkup, So, she's like, yeah. I said, why do you need it? And at the time I was with my daughter's father. We were together since we've been not together since she was 2. She's 30 now, so you hear me loud and clear. So and she's like, no, you and him need the card. I was like, for what? So I was 4 months pregnant when my mom found out I was pregnant. I was 16 weeks already. And because I was a cheerleader and all that good stuff, my body was intact then, and I was young and beautiful. So I wasn't showing.
Still are.
Oh, thank you. Like I didn't start showing until I was like 7 or 8 months. Wow. So I mean, I can't say I hid it very well. I just wasn't showing. But my mom was very supportive. I mean, that was it. That's what it was. That's what's gonna happen. And that's how it happened. So the short answer is yes to a very long story, and I'm sorry.
No, don't apologize. You have time.
Exactly. Well, we
Any other
definitely,
questions? Go ahead, Liz,
want
take
to.
over.
I'm sorry, Sim, you were talking.
No, go.
Definitely, we have to give you a toast,
Yay!
Miss
Yep,
LaToya
yep.
Wilson. So toast to you and your bravery, and definitely, the strength and courage that you have within yourself, and how you are definitely sharing it and pouring it onto others. So we love that.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, Annette, you want to go with some of those answers for the icebreaker?
Sure. I have a collection. Thank you, ladies, those who participated and put in the chat. From LaToya, I feel excited, and by the end of the meeting, I want to feel even more excited meeting all the beautiful ladies.
Nice.
From Dominique, I'm feeling tired and unmotivated. By the end of this meeting, I want to feel rejuvenated, motivated, and to be productive tonight. Ray, right now, I'm feeling relieved after my day. By the end of the meeting, I want to feel excited. And I have, let's see, myself, I feel overwhelmed. And at the end, I would like to feel relaxed and uplifted. Shariah, right now, I'm feeling an abundance, gratefulness. And at the end, I want to feel the same leaving. Elizabeth, right now, I'm feeling anxious. By the end, I want to feel relaxed.
Yes.
And Tamar, right now I'm feeling I'm okay. By the end, I want to feel renewed, refreshed, and inspired.
Ooh, ladies, we are all on the same path.
Yes. I have another one. I'm Victoria. I feel anxious. By the end of the meeting, I want to feel inspired and feel productive. And by Phyllis, I feel anxious, and by the end, I want to be informed. I think we can hit all those notes
why are we
tonight.
feeling anxious? Why is everyone feeling anxious? I noticed.
I can start. So I'm 21 and I go to college at University of New Haven. And I also was diagnosed with bipolar disorder and anxiety disorder. So I suffer from, my bipolar disorder is more towards depression and more towards, I get unmotivated really fast. I tend to give up really quick. I know Mrs. Forbes Dukes has sensed it because, she's texting me a lot to check up on me, which I always appreciate, like, for sure. Right. And it's really hard for me to do things at times. And with the pandemic and just with like how the US education system is BS in general, like school isn't really that great. It's not like, I'm not feeling it that much. Like I'm going to get my degree, rest assured, but the journey through it has been so emotionally exhausting, and I'm not excited to go back up and be by myself because like, so that's why I'm feeling anxious. And like, I have a hard time. Like I finally just did laundry, but like doing other things is like difficult. Like once I get off work, like I don't do anything. I'll lay here, I'll fall asleep. So yeah, so I definitely want to feel inspired, more productive and stuff like that. Okay. That's where the anxiety stems from.
I feel like you're allowed to be tired when you come home from work, honey. So if you feel like doing nothing, I just feel like that's okay. Do nothing.
Yeah, luckily I work from home, but luckily I work from home, but I'm a COVID-19 case investigator, so I call maybe like over 10 people a day usually. Very long, like 20-minute interviews, so it could get pretty tiring. Also staring at a computer screen all day.
I totally get it. I'm a teacher, and so I talk and I type all day because I have students who are typing me in the chat because of course we're on Zoom right now, and I'm like, can you just talk please, so I can just respond. Right? So I feel so bad. I said that to say that poor Annette is like, well, thank you to everyone who participated. I'm like, oh man, I guess I gotta talk. It's okay. That was me. I mean, I would just say it. I just don't want to type anymore. I'm just tired of being in front of the computer, like you say, just typing all day.
It's okay. It's okay because some people rather write it in the chat and some people rather talk, that way it'll give it a little bit of time. So I have My second question, and my second question is my second question is a choice. So I'm going to give you two choices, and choice A, you put up one finger, and choice B, you put up two fingers. So the question would be, would you rather A, go back in time and start over, or B, stay in our current year?
Oh, Jesus.
I think I want to stay too.
Yeah, who wants to go through 2020 again?
Clarifying question. What do you mean? Start over with what? Like
your whole entire life from infancy, just start all over again. But would you rather stay right here?
I'm not trying to relive that trauma.
Say there's no guarantee.
Well,
There's no guarantee
listen,
what can happen.
listen, I definitely want to stay in the current year. I feel all the obstacles and all the burdens that I've overcome. I don't know what to expect having to do this all over again. And I'm comfortable where I am now. So let's continue. Let's keep moving forward.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to get closer to retirement. I want to have to start all over again.
Now you're talking dirty, Simone.
Was there anyone that wanted to start all over again? I did see a couple of ones.
I did.
I did.
Tamar?
I sure did. I know it from, because you know how sometimes you look back and you're like, I should have done this before, and you know, maybe things would have been a little different. I mean, everything happens for a reason, but yeah, I don't mind living my life all over again. I really don't. And living it and then even making it even more better. But I don't mind at all. And there's certain stuff, certain regrets. Like I remember one time I was at the Belmont racetrack, Triple Crown. I was working for the like a company there, right? And I forgot my ID at home, so I couldn't bet on the horse. And it was like the first time in 50 years a horse won Triple Crown, and I had the money to bet a lot of money. So like I always say, that's like a regret of mine, always forgetting my keys and my ID and stuff like that the one day. So you know, like certain stuff like that. Yeah.
Mar, I want to just say right quick, come through with that cute picture in the background though.
Oh, thank you.
Victoria?
Yeah, so I think with me, it's more of, I feel like I could stay true to myself more. That's something I've always struggled with in the past. At least for me being a Black female, like I went to a lot of private schools. So there weren't really a lot of like other African Americans around, barely any Hispanics around, other people to relate to. So I started taking on like other identities. And then during high school, like going to an all girls school and all the other stuff. And just with other things happening in my life, I kind of like lost who I am. And so that's why I feel like, especially because I'm only like 21, I guess like going back in time wouldn't be so bad. Like, I mean, I hated 2020. Like, don't get me wrong, but I could also think of it from a standpoint of I could handle it better. I may have not handled the year better with my mindset. I did give up at some point last year. And that's something I have done before also. And that's something I don't want to do. And maybe if I had that fresh start, you know.
All right. I can relate to that as well.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay. Are you okay with going through all the hurt and pain all over again though? Right. That's the only thing, because to redo your entire life, you're gonna have to relive all those moments.
Yes.
That's hard.
Do all that.
I guess
40 years for me.
I guess something to kind of keep in mind is to try to think maybe like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to talk.
No, go ahead. That's okay, Tori.
I think something to consider is maybe like one thing that one of my best friends from school tried to tell me was like, can you control the situation? And if yes, then you got it. But if not, you know, it's out of your control. And going through life, you're gonna go through hurt and pain. And some of it you go through all over again too. Like some things are repetitive. So I guess for me, like, that's where it comes from.
I know one thing that I learned in therapy, my therapist had me answer 3 questions when I'm going into a situation. Is it kind? Is it necessary? Is it true? Like those are the 3 main questions that you have to answer this in a situation in order to understand where you are in that situation, because it might not even be your business to be there. Like you're just there hearing it in the situation, but it has nothing to do with you completely. So make sure that you answer those 3 questions and make sure that you identify your role in the situation. And if you have no control over it, then that's the one thing. Do I have control over this situation? Is it something that I can take care of? If it's not, move along. Move along. Don't take on that extra baggage, that extra stress. Leave that over there with whoever that is designed for, because honey, it was not designed for you.
Right.
Okay.
Thank you for that information.
Go ahead, Toya.
Yes, Latrina.
I'm gonna say
I like that. I like Annette. Write that down. Let's put that in the newsletter next week.
Okay. Got it already, babe. Okay, I'm gonna take the question from Phyllis, and then we're gonna move on to our second guest.
I didn't have a question. I just had a comment. For me, I would move forward because looking back, it is like what everyone said. When you look back, you have to relive all the pain and the different things that you've done in life. And when you look back, it basically is, you know what that canvas in your life looks like. We're looking forward, you have a blank canvas and you can paint it however you want it to be.
Yes, yes.
So that's why I would
Add
move
that
forward.
too, Annette, to the newsletter next week.
Right. Right.
Start all over.
Yes.
All right.
A whole new picture.
Well, that
second
was
guest?
definitely a great question and definitely a good icebreaker. I hope you have one more after our next guest. So I'm going to call on Miss Tamar Paoli. I said it right this time, right?
No, Paoli.
Okay.
It's fine. It's fine. You know, walking through life as a Black girl with an Italian name, I'm used to it. But
well, take it away. Go right ahead.
Yes. So hi, thank you so much for inviting me. Thank you to everybody I know that came on. I really appreciate it. My story, I think I'm gonna mostly just talk about my company. I think that's what you wanted, but I'll tell a little bit of my story. So I, during the day, I actually, because of COVID, I ended up taking a in-person substitute teaching job at the high school that I attended. And so that's what I do during the day. But I am also I own a skincare line. And I also am starting on my own t-shirt line. So I'm actually wearing my own design that I created right now. And I do 50 million other things. So my skincare line I launched in November. What happened was I had a job I was working at for 2 years. And that was the first job I ever felt, you know how they say Black women get paid the least, or you know, how we're treated on the workplace. And that was the first time in my life I actually felt it, where hourly, I made more than most of my coworkers, but I wasn't getting the hours, or I wasn't getting the promotions. And it wasn't that I wasn't knowledgeable in my job. I could run circles around, you know, certain people. But unfortunately, the inequity and the inequality at my job, I saw it, I felt it. And I said, God, you know, I really do not want to work here. And this was a startup. So I was with them from the beginning, when they didn't have any money, when they didn't know where. So I was literally one of their first employees for my former employer's brand or project that they had. And I said, God, I just don't want to be here. I'm giving myself to March, and I'm not going to be at this job anymore. But I was getting paid well. So I said, but I need to get a job that's going to pay me more or pay the same, where I'm going to be free at my job. So I was like, please, God, please. And literally COVID happened and March 13th we were closed down. And so I didn't know COVID was going to happen. I got married November 2019. We went on our honeymoon to Thailand and China from the beginning of November to Thanksgiving week. So we literally were like right in mainland China and Thailand. And so we literally, like, everything was like by a hair that we missed. I think they said that COVID hit China November 13th. I was in China November 12th, and then I was back in China November 11th and 12th, and then I was back in China like the 20 something of November. And so like we missed that by a hair. And then this, you know, my job shuts down. The crazy part is that I had to get a certification to by the FDNY to be able to do like fire drills and stuff with large groups of people for my job. And I literally was studying. I passed the test. March 11th, 10th, I was looking at the certification the other day, and the 12th, Governor Cuomo said, any place of business that can hold more than 300 people have to shut down, or 200, 300 have to shut down. So like literally it the way everything happened, it was just like crazy. I could not, you know, predict anything that happened. And so during COVID, I had time to think. And I always, my parents are very entrepreneurial. My grandparents are very entrepreneurial. So I always was into working for myself. For most of my 20s, I was a brand ambassador for major corporations and designers from Pepsi, Nike, Diane von Furstenberg, Kate Spade. I've worked for all of them, and I was an independent contractor. So I was used to making my own schedule. And so I was, you know, I finally was, you know, when you're getting older and you're like, all right, I need to, like, you know, I'm getting married. I need to save my money. I'm not 23, 24 years old anymore. So I, you know, I settled, got a job. Anyway, so I thought about like how I always help others, and I'm always helping people with their businesses. I help a lot of nonprofits. I help a lot of people starting businesses for free. I have a thing about me where I don't like charging. And I noticed that I was losing myself in helping other people, and which I still, you know, help people, but I realized I never had time for myself because I gave away everything out of myself. So I said, no, I am going to take time. And it's weird, but for me, starting a business was my form of self-care, because it was my time to say, you know what, I have gifts, I have talents, I have abilities, and I'm tired of playing in the background. And I never was a person that wanted to be in the background or anything. I just found myself there, and I felt comfortable, and I let others narrate who I should be and what I should do, and didn't realize that some people were maybe intimidated even by me not realizing it. I think I was like, I didn't know there was a such thing as like a midlife crisis, or not midlife, quarter year crisis. So when I was around 25, 26 years old, I got really, really depressed, and I had bad anxiety to the point I was breaking out in hives. It was terrible. I started to go to therapy just like LaToya. And that's when I started really organizing my thoughts. So I had the experience of going to therapy. I had the experience of, like, I see myself getting to that point of when I was 25, 26, where I was like really bad with anxiety, really bad with depression. And I said, I need to slow down, pump the brakes. Right now, everybody's home. I don't have to run around and do 50 million things at once. So I started my skincare line. My skincare line, it's high quality products. So right now I only have two products. I have a luminizing face mask and a serum. But the reason why I decided to go with skincare is because I've always been into taking care of my skin. I have very sensitive skin. You know, and so since I was very young, I've always made sure to take care of it. My mother had bad acne, so she never wanted me to have acne the way she did. So from when I was like 9-10 years old, she always emphasized skincare. And then she also sold Mary Kay and Avon. So it was just, my mom was a hustler. So from there, like, I just always knew about, like, you know, face mask and skin. So I was very well versed in that and knowing what products I wanted to put in my products. So I said, you know what, I'm gonna go with skincare. It's something that is not what a lot of people are not doing that right now, and it's something that I could be passionate about. So that's why I started with that. And also to give myself just a good footing, like, I definitely wanted to open more businesses. And right now, this particular thing I'm starting right now is with my husband. That's me and him. But I wanted to just really do something that was going back to the basics. My current collection is called Paoli by Tamar. Paoli is my father's last name. I'm my father's only child. And he, so you know, when he doesn't have a son to pass on his name, and my last name is very uncommon. So even though, like, my father's there, but, you know, he's not there, I wanted to honor him and still be able to pass down that legacy. And I began researching my ancestors, because I knew my father would tell me stories, and I found out, like, in the 1700s, my family was kicked out of Italy. At least his father's side was kicked out of Italy for wanting a democracy, and they actually had women's suffrage movements in the 1700s. So I thought that was really cool. And then somehow some of them went to Haiti, and boom, here I am. So I thought it was very cool to just honor that. And even with my clothing brand that I'm coming out, it's called Sons and Daughters, and that's honoring those who came before me through different designs. So, like, right now I'm wearing Angela Davis, who's somebody that I always looked up to since I was in high school. So I'm all about honoring those who came before me. And yeah, so I probably was all over the place, but I just hope you guys
You're excited. I love it. You're excited, and that's all right. You should be. That was, I mean,
that was awesome.
I like the fact that you want to keep your name.
Yes.
My father has other children, but I just like my name because it's my name. So I kept the Luke. You do. That was amazing.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
And make sure you let me know what your skincare line is, because I do a subscription box too. It's called Yes subscription boxes. And I want to get products from, quite frankly, women. I ain't gonna even lie. From women to put in those boxes because they're empowerment boxes. So they have different things in there to, and you put your business card in there with your products so you can sell more eventually. You know what I mean? And they go from the US all over Canada and everywhere.
Oh, so wow.
Definitely.
Oh, Liz, please get her some Color Street. Thank you. Thank you.
I'll put my Instagram link in the chat. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yes. So before I go on ahead to take questions for Tamar, and by the way, sip to you, my dear, because again, bravery and strength definitely comes when you put yourself first and take care of yourself. So, let me have my. So, and the one thing that I do want to say before I give it back to Simone is anyone that has any businesses or just want to share your information, stick it in the chat group, because we do our newsletters. We share it to all the ladies. I'm not sure how many ladies we have in the email listing now, but we just continue to send it out worldwide, and everyone from all over does get that information. So I'll turn it back to you, Simone.
No, you're good. Take it. I have nothing. I think Tamar was awesome. You guys have any questions for Tamar? She had such a phenomenal story. You know, I just feel like tonight's theme has been about paths and journeys, you know, after listening to LaToya speak about her journey. And then here's Tamar, how she shared her journey with us to how she decided to launch her skin line and become an entrepreneur. So it's all about journeys, you know. I think that's amazing. I love it.
Yeah.
I think she was very brave to be able to, you know, go out there with the skincare line because there's not enough African Americans out there, and I commend you for that. You know, you have very, very few. You have Miss oh, how come I can't remember her name and I see her face? Okay, she's been the only one that was out there for the longest time. She's now in the, oh my goodness, how come I can't remember her name? Yeah. You know, and it's like, you know, that you know, she was out there for a long time, you know, and we was wondering if there was going to be some younger people that was going to, you know, transition after she does, because if you're not a big time celebrity, you know,
Right.
like, you know, it's kind of hard, you know, to, you know, like I said, you don't really hear about the skincare from our people. So I commend you with that, you
Yeah.
know, and
Even with anything,
I'm
like,
glad
if you're not a big time celebrity.
I'm glad you have parent, and see, that's why I always, I'm going to say this, I'm going to be quiet. That's
No,
why
don't be quiet.
parent and community engagement is so very important. You had people that believed in you, and you might have gone through your tough times, but you had enough foundation from the beginning. You said your mother was a hustler, okay? And that means she was out there doing what she needed to do, and she showed you the example, okay? So, you know, that foundation was there, and that's what we need to really, as communities, try to make sure, because we're in a changing work environment. You know, if you get laid off from the job, how are you going to survive? You have to be able to be multi-talented.
Yeah.
So, you know, once again, I commend you, and thank you for sharing your story. And thank you, ladies, for inviting us on for the Wind Down Wednesdays. I appreciate it. I'm not always able to focus, but I try my best to get on. Thank you.
You're doing great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, does anyone
All
else
right,
have
Annette.
questions? I'm sorry. Simone.
No, I'm good. I was passing it over to Annette, but I guess, does anyone else have any other questions or comments or anything they want to say to Tamar? Words of encouragement.
Tamar,
Yeah,
I
just
think.
want to say,
Go ahead, Ray.
I just want to say that I loved your story about your father's name and that history, and it sounds like you guys should be in a museum or something for what he was working on with all the suffragists.
Thank you. We're Paoli, Pennsylvania, and Paoli, Illinois is actually named after my ancestor.
Oh, wow.
So,
Wow.
yeah.
Nice.
Dang.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I was gonna say exactly what Ray said, like the story about your, you know, you look past your dad not, you know, too much being there. And, you know, as women, we still always honor and respect men to the fullest. And you were able to see beyond that and just research your ancestors and just really look deep down inside. Sometimes we just look at our immediate family and just like, well, I don't know about y'all, but me, like, I don't deal with them. But I know that there's roots. I know that there's ancestors. I know there's things that happen that I don't know that, you know, so that's really dope that you kept that, like, man, respect for that. Definitely. And your sweater, yes. I'll definitely be hitting up for your sweater.
Thank you.
No problem.
You guys are the first ones I told about it, so I'll be announcing it on social media tomorrow-ish.
Not
so.
yet. Let me get the sweater first.
Because you know the price is going to go up afterwards.
Let me get it first.
Wind Down Wednesday discounts. Drop it.
I love that you Tamara, I just love that you listened to yourself, that when you felt something wasn't right where you were, you didn't allow, like, wondering if you would be successful moving out and not having that comfort zone to stay at an employee, make you stay. Like, you just walked out there and you did it. So I love that. I love your story.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Tamar, I
Congratulations.
just want to say that I'm a numbers person, and when you said March 13th, that means that's the number 7. March is 3 plus 13 is, 3 plus 1 plus 3 is 7, and that's the number of completion. That was divine intervention that happened for you, and it was time, honey. It was time. You were
Wow.
you were complete in that space, baby. It was time to move
Thank
on.
you. Thank you.
Yeah,
Wow, that's powerful right there.
that is.
All right.
Okay. So this will be our last question. And it's something, I guess you could say it's something for Wind Down Wednesday, something that we can give back to you. The question is, during our time at Wind Down Wednesday, I would love to be able to share about, and you complete the sentence. So other words, I guess we are asking what you would like us to talk about or research. What would you like to hear in the future?
Yes. And with that question being posed, we definitely will ask you to put your answers in the chat group, and we're going to give you some announcement and then move on to our third guest. And then we'll finish that conversation toward the end.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to put that question there. I'm going to make my announcement as soon as I get over here. So, oh, okay. Oh, okay. Here I go. I got windows all over the place. Okay, so Wind Down Wednesday is sponsored by Gift of Giving Foundation, and that would be myself, Liz, and Nicole. And we're in the process, or we have just started our scholarship fund. If anyone, let me see. If anyone would like to sponsor a scholarship, they can go to our website and submit their information through the contact page. If you know a student that lives in Nassau County, they can also submit their application on the website under Future You. Our website page is www.giftofgivingfoundation.org. Also, I would like to say, I'm going to repeat what this says. For all you entrepreneur ladies out there that would like to share your upcoming events that you have, maybe another guest speaker that you would think that would be interesting, please put your name and email address in the chat below and we'll contact you. And we have a newsletter that will be on our website as well. And that's it for me.
Yes, and with that being said, let's get going with our third guest speaker. And Mora's here, and we're going to allow you to share your journey with us. Please take it away.
Oh man, I feel like you guys just shared my whole journey. Everybody had a part of everything, and I just feel like I walked into just church. I mean, you know, sometimes you go to church and every time you go, you feel like the preacher talking to you. Yeah. You're like, oh, you're talking to me. Oh yeah. How did you know? Yeah, but thank you so much for having me here, Elizabeth. Like, you have been through my new journey. You haven't even really gotten, well, you've been on a couple of my lives where I've been trying to break out of the talking about myself in public to people that I don't know and just sharing my experience. My business ventures that I'm into now has forced me to do that. It's a very nervous, uncomfortable feeling, but what I've learned recently is that uncomfortable and nervous is a good thing because this change is new. It's something you're not used to and you probably need, you know, not probably, definitely need at times. Yeah. So you have definitely been someone that I literally met through Instagram who has been nothing but supportive, nothing but, I mean, you have supported me more than people that I've known for years, you know, and I appreciate that. And I thank you for that because social media could be such a negative place sometimes that to find people like you and just people that I'm finding now is just crazy. It's like, okay, so all you have to do is just talk about what you go through and just be yourself, and you really find and meet cool people. And I end up in Wind Down Wednesdays, like really
Yes.
talking to people that I don't know who are pretty much in some sort of type of way in their life has been through things that I've been through. And it's like, I'm sitting here like, well, I ain't gonna have nothing to say. They all been through. You know, I'm really thankful for that. And I thank you so much. You're such a good soul. Yeah, I'm thankful. And then just hearing all the ladies speak, all you ladies are amazing. Your guys are gorgeous. Like, I was like, okay, this is my first Zoom meeting. This is my first time being a guest speaker. Elizabeth, I'm nervous. I've never done this. You know, when you do it on live, you're not talking to people. You just talking. This is like people really listening to you. You better make sense. But no, but yeah, and all the other ladies, thank you so much. All the other co-hosts, thank you so much for having me on. But I do ramble on a lot and I get off topic a lot because something I say would trigger another thought. So if I get derailed, just get me back in place.
That's fine.
But with that being said, my name is Mora. I'm 36 years old. I have 2 boys. I have a 9 and I have a 19-year-old. I know I'm sorry, LaToya. I missed, your story, but I caught the end of it and I caught the feedback. And baby girl, this is what I'm saying. The moment I stepped in and I was late, and I truly apologize for being late, but like everyone right now, and I'm pretty sure where we all are, we're like starting new journeys, God is just blessing. And I'm like, whoa. I said one at a time. And now it's like, I'm trying to keep up with my schedule. So I truly apologize for being late. But I heard the end of it, and I'm also a young mom, 16. I was 16 when I had my son. My mom left when he was a month old. So I felt like, I've been out here learning day by day. Still today, I'm learning, you know what I'm saying? The streets taught me how to be wise in some type of way, because you could pretty much be raised by the streets, but at the end of the day, who you are inside is going to determine your outcome.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying? I mean, I've been put in situations that I could have gone different ways, but because who I am, no matter what I've been through or where I come from, thank God that I've been able to, block certain things that's not good for me.
Yes.
But I'm thankful for my journey. I'm sad that my mom wasn't there with me. I mean, my mom is still alive. Well, she was dealing with her things. I don't blame her at all. Because of her, I am who I am now. Because of her struggles, I learned to not, do things differently. Amazing lady. I love her to death. She's mad at me right now, but I love her to death. But I was also a 16-year-old mom. I am Dominican. I came to the United States. I moved to Brooklyn. And another question, is everyone here from New York?
I'm from
Massachusetts.
Oh, okay.
But I'm not living in New York. I don't live in New York.
Oh, okay. So when I came to the United States, my mom, we came to Brooklyn. We was raised in Brooklyn, New York, Crown Heights, Eastern Parkway, Franklin, and Classen. I got here at the age of 6, I believe. My mom got us here. It was 4 of us. I'm the youngest of 4. I call myself the mistake, because it's like everybody is 42, 41, 40, and I'm like 36. So, so we all came, and, my mom had us, we were all citizens. Another reason that I could never be mad at my mom for whatever happened, or however my life turned out, or her not being there, or the things that I needed from my mother, that still to this day, as a 36-year-old woman, sometimes I find myself like, I just wish I had my mom here where I could ask her these questions instead of looking for these things in friendships. Yes. If I can explain myself, so, but I can't be mad at her. The hardest thing is being in, how you pronounce it? My pronunciation is terrible, undocumented in the United States, especially right now after what we just went through for 4 years. So every time I look back and I get sad and I get depressed, I know I'm not sure where she's at, the 21-year-old that says she goes through depression, bipolar. Girl, that's just the world. Yeah. It's probably not even just bipolar. We all go through that every day in our life. Even where I'm at right now, everybody look at me and listen, it's like, you're doing so great for yourself. I'm like, girl, I was just crying last night. I don't know what came over me. Like, I know I have all these blessings, but I'm still worrying about things that I shouldn't be worrying about. But I always go back to thinking you are blessed. At the end of the day, no matter what you went through, no matter what happened, no matter what mistakes, what regrets, there is no regrets. I'm not gonna lie, about 2 years ago, I would have said, I regret this, but where I'm at in my life right now, after the pandemic, after that, everything I've been through, and the year that we were given to actually sit, think, and be still, you know, like, I'm thankful and I'm grateful and I'm super grateful for my mother. I'm glad she left me at 16 because I couldn't make it through that pandemic.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? It was so many nights crying, not knowing what to do. You know, 16-year-old with a 1 month old, can't call my mom, working 3-4 jobs, high school, chasing, throwing bricks at my baby daddy car, just all type of crazy things and everything I've been through. I'm thankful. You know, I'm in a great place right now. I have a long story, you know, so we moved here. My sister got accepted to University of Miami, University of Florida State. I'm not sure which one it was. I don't care which one it was. I was pissed off because all I know is they sent me to DR for a month. When I came back, I thought I was going to New York. I landed in MIA International Airport, and I'm looking like, where am I? Yeah. So it's like my life changed, and you know, moving from New York to Miami, you know, from east to south, it's a whole different pace. It's so slow. Ain't nothing. There's no tap dancing. There's no stepping. There's no cross. There's nothing. There's cheerleading with little skirts, with little shirts. It's a whole nother world out here. And the racism, I felt that from, I moved here my 8th grade year. I believe it was in 98. And I went through so much, the way I speak, the way I talk, because I looked white. Here they called me white cracker. And I'm just like, whoa. Coming from New York, there wasn't color to me back then. Right. You know, everybody, like in my crew, we had Zam Zam, who was from Afghanistan, down. We had Elizabeth, we had Becky, like it was just a mix, and I never saw color till I moved here. That's where most of the insecurities came from. You know, it's like I had to choose who I had to hang with. And one thing you know about me, I have all types of friends from all walks in life. If I meet you, I'm your friend. If I meet you, I love you from the moment that I meet you. I don't believe in, you can't trust everybody. How you gonna know to trust them or not if you don't give them a chance? Right. So that's, you know, people call it a weakness, and I'm learning that that's been a strength of mine, because yes, I've been burnt. Right now, I'm being burnt. Right now, you know, my best friend removed me from her life when in my life I'm up, and it's just, you know, God's been removing people, and I'm just like realizing a lot of things right now that is just like, you know, you don't know the person. Like Elizabeth, I'm meeting you. You may be someone that's going to be in my life forever, you know, and going through all those things, I'm happy. You get what I'm saying? I'm happy where I'm at. Going through school, trying to decipher whether I was white, whether I was black, because I'm Hispanic. It confuses you. You understand what I'm saying? So living here in Miami, Florida, that was one of the worst experiences of my life, moving here and just having to adjust from New York, where you go, you go and train, this, that. You don't got to wait till the bus take 40 minutes. The train goes north and south. You know, it was a slow pace. So of course I got in school, everybody had boyfriends, everybody worked. Like it was such a different transition. It was nothing to do but to get a boyfriend, and it was crazy. So had my baby at 16. My mom left when he was a month old. My son's birthday is February 8th. My birthday is February 20th. So I turned 17 literally 2 weeks after I had him. She left a month after that. She was going through her personal problems. And I don't know if I heard someone say, we don't know what our parents were going through at the time. So when the question was asked, do you rather go back and do it over? I don't know. Like, you know, I'd rather go back because I know now. So if I could prevent with my mom and everybody, and I have a better understanding of what my mother was going through, I could have helped her more. So that's why I would love to go back. But I am happy where I'm at. I am happy where I am now. So went through high school, you know, got pregnant at 16, had my baby. I was a cheerleader. I was a basketball player. I played volleyball. I ran track. I did it all. And then I cheered my 10th grade year up until I was 6-7 months pregnant. I hid it from my cheerleading coach, throwing people in the air, doing jumps, doing splits, all that type of stuff. Once I started showing, of course, I got embarrassed, shame, depression, I stopped going to school. I had 3 years of high school. But one thing that kept me going was like, I'm not going to be statistics, because everybody in my family looked at me as, oh, you're following in your mother's footsteps. You're going to have a lot of kids. You're not going to graduate high school. You're not going to do this. So I made it a point that no one that started high school with me was going to graduate before me. That's not happening. I don't care if I missed my whole 11th grade year. I got back there in my 12th grade year, and I was doing day school, night school, and doing work experience so I can get out of school early and go to my job, then to go to my it was just crazy, but I did it. And I did it with in mind, just thinking, I got to do better. I got to be better. I can't repeat the same thing. I can't prove them right about my mother. I can't prove them right that my mother wasn't able to raise someone who's able to break the chains, to break the generational curses. Like, I got to do better. So that pushed me through. That got me through. I left, went back to New York because I've always felt that I needed to go back to New York. I stayed here, had to live with my kids' family. And I don't know if anybody ever had to do that. Not living with your people in your own could be, to me, is one of my biggest things. Until now, I can't even sleep in a bed with somebody. Like, my friends come over, oh, it's numbers. Say, no, girl, go to the other room.
Right.
You got to go to the other room. What you mean? Go to the other room. Like, because I guess for so long, I had to share beds and I had to sleep with people, and I had to, because I had no choice. That now it's like, no, we got choices. Go to my son's room. He's with his daddy this weekend. Get out.
Yeah.
So that's what, I had to sleep at. I had my son's parents, my son's dad family took me in, and I always felt in debt with them. I always felt that anything I did, I felt that I owed them. So no matter how I was treated, no matter what, yeah, they loved me, but I'm not blood. So, and throughout my whole life, I felt that I was in situations where I'm not blood, so I'm always easily disposable. And that has always been an insecurity of mine that till now I've been able to break. That's held me back a lot. I moved back to New York, left my son here with his dad, thinking, okay, let me go back to New York and try to get it. You have your whole family here. I don't have my family. I'm out here by myself. I'm causing my son more pain by being here, trying. I could help him better without being here. I went to New York. And when I went to New York, I started bartending. I started meeting a lot of people. Before I went to New York, I was working at a hotel here and got engaged with a basketball player and got introduced into a lifestyle that I wasn't ready for at the moment, because I was 19. He was like 27. We started dating, got engaged. That was turmoil. I moved to Toronto with him. I moved here with him, and nothing changed. And one thing about me, money doesn't make me happy. Being stable and not having to worry about financial things, because I've always had to worry about that and been able to work through it. So it's never been something that I could hold on to and be, it was fights. He hit me, I hit him back. Walk in a club, he's with another girl, all that type of stuff. So I went through that, domestic violence, he'll be drunk, all of that, to finding I was over it. And I'm like, okay, I'm moving back to New York again. And the whole time my son is living here with his family, with his dad's family, but I was taking care of him. I was paying this, I was paying that, doing everything I can, trying to avoid my absence in my son's life. So that's something I regret as well, but I don't regret it because I had to go through that to be where I'm at now, to be the mother that I am now for now my 9-year-old. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? So went through all of that, moved to New York. I met so many people, and I was around people. I've met Denzel, I've met Keith Davis. I've been around people that you would look at me and be like, girl, what took you so long? I wasn't ready. It wasn't my time. God, that wasn't the time that God wanted me to be in that situation at that moment. So finally got through all of that, went through, going out, being around people, came back to New York, came back to Miami, because I figured it's better for me to be here with my son. New York is hard to try on your own by yourself without nobody else there to help you with a kid at the age. By then I was like 19 or 20 by then. So I'm, my son's grandmother called me, was like, come back here. We'll help you, this and that. So it's like I was put back in a situation that I wanted to leave from.
Right.
And I had to humble myself. But my ego was so big and I was so prideful and and I can't even say it. I think I had to go through that. When his grandmother would think I'm in the house sleeping, I wasn't. I would wait till my son go to sleep. I would wait till she go to sleep because it was her and her 4 kids there with their kids. I would go sleep in my car. I slept in my car for a whole 2-3 months and she had no knowledge that I was doing that. So finally I got a job here. I got a job in the healthcare system. I was working at Nordstrom and then I got a job in the healthcare system at a community health center. And, I was like, you know what? I can't bartend no more. I can't do that stuff. Like, unfortunately, you have to do 9 to 5. You have to do 9 to 5. This is just what you have to do for now. Get it done. Do it. And I don't know what it was, but it's just, I knew it's what I had to do. So from the age of 25, well, since 16, I worked 9 to 5s, but from the age of 25 is when I finally said, okay, Monday through Friday, I know where I gotta be from this time to this time. My only 2 days off is in the weekend and it felt like 1 day off. So I stuck to that and I did it and it worked out. I worked in a healthcare system for about 15 years. I'm amazing at it. I love people. I love to help people. I've learned so many things about the healthcare system in the United States that's terrible. Because I ended up going to school for a couple of years to become a healthcare administrator because that's what I thought I wanted to do because like someone else mentioned, I believe it was Tamar, I love helping people. That's what feeds my soul. That's what I know makes me happy. And people tell me, stop giving so much of yourself because you're losing yourself. Because I got into that space of, it was a low income community health center. So we really helped undocumented people who didn't have insurance. And I don't know if anybody know about Miami, but the healthcare system here, Jackson Memorial Hospital, with the income brackets and this and that, you'll have stage 4 cancer and they don't care.
Wow.
So I found myself getting deep into healthcare, worked in healthcare, worked in a provider side, trying to help patients, switched over to the insurance side because I felt like I was missing something. It was so frustrating calling insurances and trying to help people get these services that they're supposed to get no matter what.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But just because they don't speak the language or they don't have the knowledge, they're being sung around. And so many of my patients passed away and that stuff used to hurt me deep. And that's when I figured, like, you love this is your passion, but maybe this is not where you need to be, because it was causing friction with me and coworkers where I don't know if anybody ever experienced when you're at the job, and I'm the type of person, I'm gonna go above and beyond no matter what. If it's not my job, I'm not gonna say it's not my job to do it, because I put myself in the other person's. I'm customer service first. And when you work in customer service, you know that the first thing you need to do is stop and put yourself in that person's shoe.
Right.
They don't understand the policies. The only reason you understand the policies is because you work for the company. But you, as a customer, you don't care what that policy is. It doesn't make sense to you. So, I found it. I was like, it's something missing. There's a disconnect. Let me go ahead and work in the insurance side so I could learn what it is to get these authorizations approved for these surgeries, for these people with, and that made me dislike the healthcare system even more because everybody is a dollar. And in the United States, we're all dollar signs at the end of the day, no matter how you put it, no matter what color we are, no matter what race we are, it's a dollar to the government. Yeah. So once I learned that, I'm like, you know what, this is not for me. But I need this. This is stable. I'm making okay. I'm in management now. I was able to put my son in college. My son is in college. My son is in college. I had a child at 16 on my own, and he's in college. I had to keep saying that to myself to understand that, girl, you've been doing the thing. You've been doing what God has wanted you to do. Now God has given me the chance to do what I want to do. November 14th, like Tamar, is crazy. I think the ending of 2019 November changed everyone's life in different ways, in different aspects. Because listening to Tamar, I'm like, girl, you had the same timeline. I was a supervisor, and I'm the supervisor that I work. I was working in the insurance side as a supervisor in a call center. I don't know if anybody ever worked in a call center before, but you don't want to be the person that got to be on the phone for 8 hours with 30-minute breaks only, talking to people who's pissed off. And I was in the claims department. So I'm talking to billers about why they claim they're getting paid because they put a wrong digit or the wrong code. So I was the supervisor. I ended up being supervisor within 2 months of being in the company. Someone under me was there 6 years, and this is a lady who was older than me. And again, my mom wasn't in my life. I don't have family, so people, I gravitate quick. So immediately that lady gravitated to me as a mother figure. And I always felt that because they offered me the position, I got the position over her. I didn't want the position. They offered it to me over her. And I always had a hunch feeling that this was going to be an issue, but I was looking, I don't know what I was looking at the good in her. I'm like, she's going to understand. She's going to know this is not, this is not what I wanted. I would have not had it like this if I wanted. But the whole time, this lady was feeling ill feelings for me. No matter what I did, I threw parties. I always say I'm going to treat people how I want to be treated. Mm-hmm. And I was a representative that had to be on that phone. And if I had to pee, it don't matter because I got to get this one call resolution done and I can't get up. So I always treated my representatives with respect and with that understanding. Like, so in the mornings, I know they got to be there at 8 because them phones got to be picked up at 8. Hey, y'all go to work. I'm picking up breakfast for everybody because the first thing, you running late because, let me stop and pick up coffee. Let me stop and pick up this. Let me stop and pick up that. So I always anticipated their needs to make sure that I never had to be put in a situation to write them up and everything. It doesn't matter what I did. It was always a problem. I was young and I was a supervisor. The whole time I didn't know this lady was turning my entire team against me. This lady would get sick at the job. I would leave the job and take her to the hospital. This lady would get anything going on with her family, anything. And I started noticing this. I started noticing my team hated me. And I'm like, I'm never even on the floor. I'm in meetings arguing about you guys. Why do you guys, if I'm talking to you about something, obviously my assistant is telling me what you're doing. Why aren't you guys mad at her? Right. It started dawning on me and I started realizing what was going on. Spoke to my manager. We had a new director, cried in the office, and all she'll tell me, go back on the floor, do your job. You need to do your job and just watch your back. Do my job and watch my back doesn't go together. That I'm a supervisor. My job is to supervise. People don't like that. So long story short, November 14th, I moved. I was in a relationship where I was good in a good area, didn't have to pay rent. This guy took care of me. Not what I wanted. I was rushed into it because of situations with my son's dad, whatever. Forced me to move in. My kids loved it, of course. Beautiful building, pool, this, that. They're going to love it. I see my kids happy. Oh, this is maybe what I need to do. Forget that I'm really not feeling him like that, but my kids are happy for the first time. I'm able to give them this without, and this guy turns okay. Couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. I can't love for money. I'm sorry. Couldn't do it. I moved back to the hood. November 11th, I told him, listen, I got to go. November 1st, everybody this lady I'm talking about knew what I was going through. Moved into my place. November 14th, I got fired. Wow. Because the person that I worked for, and one of my representatives that failed every audit that she had for the entire year, I had an evaluation I had to do with her. And I realized that she failed every single audit. We haven't caught it. So of course, that evaluation, I'm not going to be smiling with you. Listen, you failed every single audit. If I would have been on point doing evaluations every day, I would have been forced to write you up. You need to fix this because this is bad. If they do an audit and see this, I can get in trouble. I need you to fix this. This is how I'm speaking to this girl. But she has this other lady in her ear the whole time, making them feel that I'm going to fire them. Never wrote anybody up ever in the whole 4 years that I was supervisor. Never wrote anybody up. Had my same team. My department was the only department that was diverse in the whole company because of me. And all of that happened. They called me to the office. She reported something I put on Instagram. What's making me money right now is what got me fired from my last job. Isn't that ironic? Isn't that ironic? How I'm like, that's why I'm so awkward now with Instagram. It's like everybody's like post, even Elizabeth, she's like, baby girl, talk. Talk. Tell your story. And I'm like, girl, I got fired over. a post that I put up where I was doing a selfie of myself. She happened to be in the bag. And as I'm doing the selfie, I move over. I'm like, and she's in the back. It was her back. It wasn't even her face. It was her back. She was yawning. I'm like, she's always doing the most, crying, laughing. She manipulated the policy and reported that a month after I posted it. 2 weeks after I did the evaluation with her, I got fired for that post. At that moment, I had a lot of PTO, so I was doing a lot of vacation. I started going, places more, doing photo shoots, doing events, doing side hustles. And everybody at work was like, oh my God, you need to be in entertainment. You need to do event planning. You don't need to be here. You're too this. You need to be out there mingling and talking to people, networking. This is not the place for you. And Lord and behold, I was like, yeah, I know that's the stuff I love to do, but this gives my kids insurance. This, I know my rent is going to be paid. I know exactly what I'm getting, because when you're when you're running your own businesses, you have up and downs. You don't know. It was just the fear of not knowing, because I know I don't have nothing to fall back to. I have to keep a roof over my kids' head. If not, they're not going to eat. I can't depend on nobody. So that kept me at that job for 5 years, no matter what I went through. And I went through a lot. I'm just telling you guys that, but I went through a lot, So on the 14th, they called me to the office and they fired me. I swear to God, I wanted to flip the table. I was embarrassed with myself afterwards. I didn't flip the table, but it was just a shock. Like, what?
Right.
My son just started college in August. I had a $1,500 payment plan with the school because I didn't want my son to pick up another loan. So I picked up a part-time job bartending while I had that other job since he was in school. Why not? I ain't got to go home to cook. Let me go pick up this part-time job instead of making him pick up another loan. Got fired from there November 14th. My part-time bartender became my full-time job. Then in March, unemployment, they disputed my unemployment. So they are asking for my money back. I still haven't gotten unemployment since then. I owe them $1,300. Then COVID hit in March. First thing to close down was the bars. So guess who was out of job with payment plan of $1,500 a month, rent, bills. I didn't know what I was going to do. I had all these friends who are celebrities, everything. No one checked up on me for COVID. No one called me, checked on me. And I'm not mad at them now because I think God was doing that on purpose. It's like, what are you going to do? Are you going to understand what I'm doing in your life right now? I cried. I sometimes thought I wanted to kill myself. But then I thought, you stupid, you got kids. Ain't nobody going to take care of your kids, girl. That's a pass. I went through so many emotions, and just hearing people talk about their COVID, everybody was going through the same thing at some point in time last year.
Right.
And that was my breakthrough. Then I started saying, you know what? Get up. You can't cry. You can't sit there. You can't. Since 16, you've been doing this. At 36, you won't give up? You stupid. What are you doing? You understand what I'm saying? You don't need your friends. You don't need your family. You just need God. And you need to find yourself, and you need to find peace. You need to find peace.
Yeah.
Through all of that was going on, I was like, you know what? I'm a bartender. I can make drinks. I was making drinks on Instagram. Who want to order drinks? I got pouches, like everything. I'm pretty sure everybody was doing something to try to fix. Everybody's hustle came out because I know mine came out. I started making dinners. I started cooking and making dinners to sell dinners, everything I could do. And then finally I was like, okay, calm down. There's something you got to do. Still not getting no unemployment. I don't know, guys, how I got through last year. Well, I know it was God.
Yep, that's right.
That's the only way I got through last year, because that little stimmy we got.
Yeah.
It's a joke.
Ain't do nothing for me. I don't know about y'all.
Yeah.
So it's just all of that to say, I had a manager, when I first moved back to New York, when I broke up with my fiance, that I moved from Toronto to New York, I started working at a store in Harlem named Dress Code with someone named Saraya Barbie. She was the owner. This lady took me in, and since day one, this lady has told me she don't care what she gonna say, she gonna tell you the real. And we've always kept in contact since then. This lady hit me up late August, September, because she saw me, I started posting more on Instagram. I started saying, you know what, I'm gonna live. I just lived through this pandemic. I'm gonna live. I'm gonna stop living for everyone else and doing things. Oh, I don't want them to say this, because that's another big thing that's held me back in a block that I had. I kept worrying about what everybody else was gonna say about me, and no matter what I did, they was talking about me. Whether I did good, they was talking about me. Whether I ran the nonprofit organization, tutoring, mentoring program in my community, they talked about me, made me quit that because I got tired of the talking about me. That it was like, they're gonna talk.
Right.
Let them talk. I started living more. She started noticing I was posting more, and she hit me up. She introduced me to Total Life Changes. But in the midst of her doing that, God blessed me. Someone gave me some money and said, here you go. Start your business. Started my online store. Yeah. So now I have a health and wellness business with a coach and a mentor who, what I liked about Total Life Changes was that it's not Herbalife. Herbalife, I think it was. They try to get me into that as well, but that was more just about losing weight. Total Life Changes was about changing your lifestyle. And that's when I started learning. I started going into the Zoom meeting training calls. Everybody was complaining about Zoom meetings. Man, those Zoom meetings and speaking to ladies is like sitting here speaking to you guys, listening to you guys tell a story that, I don't know, we're all probably different ages, but it's similar stories in some ways, somehow. That's what Total Life Changes was to me. And I'm like, because I told her, and she says it at every Zoom meeting, Laura would tell me, I'm not no salesperson. I'm not in sales. I was like, I'm not. I didn't want to sell nothing. You know, she's like, you're working out, because I got heavy into working out. I started reading daily devotionals. I had to find a way to control my mind because my mind was all over the place. Yeah. My mind was driving me crazy. So she got me into Total Life Changes. Then I was able to open up my online boutique, which is going now. And I'm so happy it's up and it's running. But guys, it's hard work. Yeah. Every time I cry in here and I get stressed out because I've invested so much money, because I'm the type of person, I'm not waiting. I'm going to jump in. I'm going to figure it out. I don't like the 3-week training sessions, because by the time the 3 weeks is over, I forgot what you taught me the first 3 weeks. Right. I don't know about you guys. I can't sit and watch no training. I'm hands-on. So I was like, I got to do this. If it's the last thing I do, I don't care if I end up with $0. I got to do it to say I tried and did it, because I was always scared, because I wanted to be stable, because I wanted the bare minimum, just enough to be okay and survive. And no, I don't want to be okay and survive. I want to be okay and supersede. Yes. So started my online store, and out of nowhere, I don't know, you guys, do you guys wear lashes? Do you guys wear lashes? No? Well,
I only wear lashes when I model because they put them on you. But outside of that, it's a no for me, because I like to feel my eyes.
Right. And the glue and all of that stuff. My cousin is a makeup artist. So I started to she gave me a one-on-one, and girl, I was in here doing makeup. The only thing I couldn't get a hang of was doing, because I have natural lashes, but sometimes I do want a little different, sometimes you want that extra, And I got tired of my cousin saying, you always do the same thing. You always just do your hair curly or in a ponytail. You don't wear no lashes. You always wear black hair. Change, do something different. I'm like, you know what? I couldn't get the glue lashes thing. So I'm like, okay, I got the one-on-one basics of makeup, but I can't get these lashes on for nothing in the world. So I started researching, bored, and I found magnetic lashes. Guess what? I'm launching my magnetic lashes site right now. It just launched yesterday.
That's right.
I was outside of a restaurant late to a birthday dinner. I said, okay, I'm already late. I smoke weed, guys. I'm sorry. I smoke weed. I go through a lot of stress. I don't like pharmaceutical pills or none of that shit. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Sorry. I'm real. This is what I'm learning. I'm going to be myself. But I'm outside of the restaurant on the cut smoking. I had a couple pass by, and they was like, whoa. I was like, ooh, I'm so sorry, guys. They was like, no, where did you get that from? I'm like, I give you the number. Hold on. So the gentleman girlfriend was complimenting me. She's like, oh my God, your outfit's so cute. Your makeup's so cute. Girl, your lashes are cute. I was like, they're magnetic lashes. They're my lashes. I'm starting to sell this. And literally, I'm selling it again. Remember, guys, I started my business on my own. I didn't care. I did I went in Google. I said, how do you start a online store checklist? And I did that. So I'm like, you know, she's like, well, how many sales? What's the SKU? I was like, oh, I don't know. Like, my friends buy it from me. And the guy was like, wait, you have on what? I was like, yeah, these are magnetic lashes. And he's like, I've been looking for that product and I've been wanting to sell that product. And I just, you know, haven't found or haven't known how to, you know, I just been wondering, what do you think about it? I was like, oh my God, look at them. I love them.
Yeah.
Like, I've sold a whole bunch to my friends and things like that. Like, I want to put it on my online store. He's like, wait, you got an online store? I'm like, yeah, this man is an e-commerce guru.
Wow.
He has 3 e-commerce businesses that's making millions. This is me outside of the dang birthday dinner that I'm late to, and I figured, you know what, a couple of minutes ain't gonna hurt. Let me smoke my joint real quick because I don't want to hear everybody in my mouth because I'm late. And God just been just there. You know what I'm saying?
Intervention.
I had a friend send me a 21-day meditation challenge before all of this started happening. She sent me this in June. And it's still pandemic. And I'm like, oh, my Cole is always such a sweet soul. She's very soulful. She did a nonprofit organization with me. I love her. Younger than me, and I'm the type of person I learn from younger, old, it doesn't matter. You learn something from everybody.
Yeah.
And this girl put me on a 21-day abundance meditation challenge. And I'm like, ugh, I don't know how to meditate. Like, I cannot sit and not think of anything. I'm ADD. Right now, when I'm talking to you guys, I'm thinking about other things. Like, ain't no way I'm gonna be able to meditate. I started this challenge, and I swear, I don't like swearing to God. My life has changed. My mindset, my heart, my thought, everything has changed. Every single thing. And I didn't think I was going to be able, you know, because it's like a challenge where it's like daily and they give you a task, a mantra of the day. I learned about the 7 laws of attraction, manifesting the universe. And do you know, I just had a breakthrough 2 months ago where it was my first time that I meditated, and I saw my home that I want. I saw my kids. It was crazy. So I feel like right now I'm there, but you guys know the devil is always behind you. I lost my best friend of 10 years. She just removes me from her life, and I have no idea why, guys. I cry, like, I don't understand why. Like, what do you mean? Like, you're removing me from your life. What did I do to you? You know, I started doing photo shoots since I was a little girl. I was the dancer of the family. I was the model of the family. But all of that, once I had that baby at 16, I didn't think I could do anything like that. I think my life was just working 9 to 5, just doing what I could do. Because my baby daddy, like I told you, I was chasing his Chevy with a brick at the age of 17. So that tells you that I was working 3 jobs in high school. So it was just like, I've had a breakthrough this year, and I'm taking the opportunity. Every little thing I'm noticing, I've gotten into meditating. I had a knee surgery September. I had a fender bender like in February of last year. So, you know, they send you to do MRIs, all of that. Come to find out, my ankle was fractured in 25 places. My knee, my meniscus was torn. I have a herniated disc in my lower back. I have a herniated disc in the back of my neck. I have a torn ligament here. I said, hold up. Did that just appear out of nowhere? Because they was like, no, you've been working. And I work out heavy. I don't know, Elizabeth, if you was catching me back then, but working out was aside of now meditating, working out was my go-to. Like, while I was working out, I was releasing. I just changed my lifestyle. I started to doing the things that I've always wanted to do, but didn't have the time. That I felt that God, for the first time in my life last year, said, sit down, you ain't got to work. You ain't got to work. And it's not because you don't want to. It's not because you're being lazy. It's not because you can't find no job. It's because he shut the whole world down for you to be still and be at peace and understand what's going on. Like, you know, it's insane. I hate that we lost so many people. I hate that so many people had to go to COVID, but I'm happy for my experience through COVID, because it was eye-opening. You understand what I'm saying? I have 3 businesses. I have a magnetic lash line. I have my online store. I have TLC. Actually, I'm opening up I'm opening up a store in St. Croix as we speak.
Wow.
I have a photo studio, a partner, that everything, again, all this stuff is just happened. And I'm sitting here speaking, but I cry still at night because I feel that, God, please, I know you're giving me all of this because I know it's supposed to be, and I know you know I could do it. I just pray that I'm able to stay mentally stable, because our mental, baby girl that was saying about the book Bipolar, our mental, it's hard to keep it focused, but I'm happy. I'm gonna do everything I can. Thank you, Elizabeth, for bringing me into this, because me speaking to you guys is therapy for me right now. Because as I'm talking to you guys, I'm like, I didn't cry. Normally, I can't talk without crying. I haven't cried while talking about my mother. I always cried when talking about my mother. That's how I know I was cured from that. But I'm happy. I'm not upset at her. I'm happy where I'm at. And everything happens for a reason and a purpose. You know, I'm in this room with you guys. It's not my last time, Elizabeth. I would definitely be joining every Wednesday. I won't be talking this much. I'm gonna just sit back.
We don't mind.
But I'm just happy, and this right here is a first to me. I was able to get through my whole life, but guys, there's so much that if I tell you, I'll tell y'all little bits and pieces of specific stories, and y'all gonna be like, girl, what? You know, but I'm here and I'm happy. I'm so happy to be amongst all of you ladies. I will be here every Wednesday. I want everybody, I did see everybody put their Instagram on here, but I'm not computer literate like that, so it's hard for me to get it from here because I'm on the laptop. So Elizabeth, I don't know if you have everyone's handle. I would love to follow everyone. I would love to keep up with you guys. I would love to support you guys. Tamar, I got you as much as I can. I'm gonna support you. I need that sweater, baby girl. I got a photo shoot. Troy
I'm
coming
gonna
up.
follow you. My Dominican sister. I'm Haitian, so
Oh, girl, my best friend. When I moved from Dominican Republic to United States, I lived on Eastern Parkway. So we moved in one building. My mom moved across the street because my grandma pretty much kicked us out. And the building was full of Haitians.
Yeah.
And I didn't know back then and didn't understand what was the thing with Haiti and Dominicans. Because remember, like I said, I see one color. I see love. I see
look
red.
at us.
I don't
We
see
look like
colors.
we could be related anyway. Like, what's the difference?
Girl, my
Y'all are
two
on the
best
same island.
friends.
That's the part I don't understand.
Listen, Betty Dupree and Gerline Charles are my two best friends. And they were my first friends when I moved to the United States, and they Haitians, and I love them to death. We don't speak every day, but they keep up with me no matter what. No matter what. So yes, how I said, period. All right, I talk too much, guys. Sorry. You gotta cut me off, Elizabeth, because I keep going now. I had an 8 o'clock dinner. They blowing me up. I'm like, I'll be here. But it's a pleasure, and I definitely want to stay in contact with you guys. If there's anything, residual income is where it's at. Social media is where it's at. Marketing is where it's at. We are living in a world that it doesn't matter where you started at. Social media and marketing and networking and just being around and talking to like-minded people will boost your ego and your spirits up to a level that you wouldn't understand.
Right.
So that's my little short story.
Facts. Thank you, Laura Mora. I love your name, by the way. Laura Mora.
Thank you. Yeah, Laura Mora. Toy. Yeah, they used to make fun of that too. But thank you.
Lizzie.
All right. So, I mean, goodness, just listening to that story again, I'm sure we can relate to some parts of your journey. We all share each other's journey in some form of way. Before we get to closing this, Annette, did you want to see if there's anyone that responded to the last question, or is there anything that we need to just go over quickly?
I did look at the comments, the thing, and we have marriage, relationships, and it looks like some things that be interesting. I think we have in line, some of those topics. And
Good.
that we don't have, we'll look into them.
Yeah.
So thank you, ladies.
Yes.
And I'm going to tell you our self-care chat for the next 2 weeks. Just to let you know that our newsletter comes out, or rather we meet every other Wednesday, and the Wednesday that we don't meet will be posted, the newsletter. So basically it's like a summary of everything that went on, the contacts, the contact emails, and the networking with the businesses. You'll be able to go to the website. And it's under Wind Down Wednesdays, and you'll be able to actually relive the chats on Wednesdays. I think we keep 2 or 3 weeks up, something like that, 2 or 3 weeks up. So you can see the past ones. If you missed, if you aren't a veteran, you can see the ones that you missed, see the ones that you was in, and so forth. So for the next 2 weeks, our challenge to you would be journaling. Journaling has so many benefits. Start your nightly journal by answering this question. Let your answer flow, raw and unedited. For as long as you feel like writing, you might be surprised of who you might discover. The ways I've grown over the past 5 years are, and that is the question to you. And with that,
yes. And again, toast to Miss Laura Mora for sharing her wonderful journey with us. We definitely appreciate it.
I got a refill.
And if
Can I say something?
Yes, yes.
I just want to thank you guys. Thank you, LaToya. She always dropping them gems and directing me to some beautiful people. Good. That is my sister in 7 endeavors that we do outside of everything. Mm-hmm. But thank you guys. It was such a pleasure to listen and to maybe connect with you ladies. So I am a self-care pusher. I will be happy to join and drop some gems here and there and connect. So, and you were talking about journaling. This is what journaling does. I became an author from my journal thoughts.
Wow.
So yeah, I'm a psychotherapist practitioner and an author. Me and LaToya write magazine columns. Nice. We model together. I act, do a wide variety. I have a nonprofit. Tamar, I met Angela Davis. Let me tell you, my daughter.
I met her niece.
Let me tell you, when my daughter was 17, we went to this conference, and she's like, "Mom, last minute, Mom, come go with me." And I was like, "Okay, whatever. You support your kids." So I took her. Let me tell you guys, we was at the U of M. I jumped on the stage to get my baby up there to meet her. They was like, "Look at this lady," and it was all like young college students. I'm an old college student because I'm 40, but I jumped on that stage, y'all, and I got my baby, got a picture with her autograph, and my daughter, her heart to meet Angela Davis was everything. So I'm like,
God, I probably would have passed out.
You did what needed to be done. I was in a program in high school. I was a Broadway theater reviewer and critic. I've always been hustling. And her niece used to have a play called Angela's Mixtape. Her niece was named after her. And her niece is actually an actress, but she goes by Issa Davis. So that way there's no confusion. And I was like, if only your aunt was here, that's the closest. But before she goes, I want to meet her so bad.
Yeah. She's amazing. She's amazing and authentic.
That's our project, to make sure Tamar meet Angela Davis.
Right.
Anything is possible.
Listen, I may pass out before I pass the word if I ever meet her.
But I thank you, ladies. I'll be tuning in. So
awesome. Well, we love to hear that. And I see Tori, you have your hands up. Is there something you want to say, or was that from before?
Nope, definitely a question. Yeah. How do you guys stay consistent with journaling? Because that's been something like I've been suggested before, like, you know, by past therapists, like my mom, she tries to help me with it. Like, how do you try to like stay consistent with it? Because I'm like, I get lazy. Like, I just don't be feeling like writing down what I feel.
I can answer that.
That's a good question.
First, you should set a schedule, set a timer. Right then, when that timer goes off, that's your time to put down everything that you're doing and start writing. I don't care if you write 3 words.
Right.
It has to, you'll build on it as you go along. So if you write, I am feeling good today, that's all you journal for today, then that's all you journal for today. But when that timer goes off, everything else stops and you take that time right then and there and start writing your journaling.
Right.
That's how you do it.
For sure.
And then this happens.
Yes.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's really cool. Thank you guys.
Absolutely. Simone, is there anything you want to say, or you want to start with the closing, or?
Yeah, I think we should wrap it up. I feel like we said a lot tonight. There's a lot for us to take in and absorb. So thank you, ladies, for sharing your amazing stories with us. It was a phenomenal night. Laura, Mora, I love it. I look forward to seeing more of you. LaToya, I am absolutely feeling your vibe, energy. It's great. And Tamar, thank you again for your story and for enlightening us about the Italian Haitians.
Yes.
Who would have thought, right? Who would have thought?
Right.
So
the last
that's
president of Haiti was Italian Haitian. He's my dad's cousin. There's actually a few Haitians that have Italian in them. Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yes.
Well, anybody have anything else they want to add before we close out tonight?
I just wanted to say, since I did launch my lash, I would love to get all of you ladies some lashes out to you. Some of you may not, but I promise you, when you try these magnetic lashes, you're gonna be like, wait, what? It's so easy. It's literally the liner that attach. So I would love, Elizabeth, I'm gonna give you that.
Yes.
If everyone could get their address
I'm
to
gonna try it
Elizabeth.
just for you, Laura.
Look, girl, look, I got them on. Off.
Got me interested. She got me interested. I'm like trying to figure out where they at.
I love lashes.
Yeah.
Off and on. Like, that's it.
Yeah.
Did you do a commercial before? Did you do a commercial?
I'm sorry?
Have you done a commercial with the magnetic lashes?
Yeah, well, so this is what I'm gonna do. Like I said, I'm getting out of my nutshell of speaking and camera. This thing is hard. It looks super easy when we watch it, but I did do one, and you probably, I don't know if you saw it. It's not
I
that
think
good.
I saw it when you came on. You look very familiar. Your name and everything's familiar to me. I don't know why, but
we probably exchanged paths before, and you don't know.
No, seriously, when you mentioned the lashes, I was like, is it you? Was it that? I don't know, but
Well, mine is called Lashinova. It's sort of like, I'm not putting it all right, but it's sort of like Fashion Over, and it's kind of a marketing. And again, another jewel I could drop from the $2,500 I paid for this ad academy. Here's for free. Everything is about ads and spend your money on ads and marketing. Strategize your business around ad and marketing. I was like, I don't want to be Lashing Nova. That's like stealing from Fashion Nova. And when they broke it down to me, I was like, oh wait, we're gonna save how much in marketing? Lashing Nova, girl.
No, that's right.
Lashing Nova, okay. And what I liked about it is like my audience, and it's something that I'm working with my team, and I got to get them, it's like my audience is the Fashion Nova market. You know what I'm saying? All different sizes, shapes, styles, all of that. Like I have lashes for everybody. I have the Fierce collection. I have the Wilmer collection. I have the Around the Way Girl collection, the natural, fierce, whatever you like. And the best thing that is super easy. And I really wanted to do it big with this because it's something that I believed in. It's like a struggle that I had, that I was like, how many ladies, put it on that glue on the end and and then at the end of the night, when you go out and you're a little tipsy, okay, drunk, you come home, and what's the first thing? I don't know about y'all, I want to snatch them damn lashes on. I want to snatch them off from the moment they put them on. So the first thing I do before, I don't even be in the house, I get in the car after I go out, I snatch, and what I do, snatch lashes with it. So I was like, yo, this ain't it. Like my lashes is actually nice. You know, like I'm gonna end up with no lashes. Let me research. But there is Glamnetic, there is Moxie Lash, but they're not Lash Nova. But they are pushing it now. So you guys, I don't know, my marketing team is amazing. I have a great team. I'm learning so much. I'm learning so much. So it's so intricate. The marketing advertisement part of any business that you do is the most important part of your business.
Right.
So if you're gonna spend money, don't spend it on products. Spend it on advertising and marketing. So you guys will be seeing a lot. We got a Google marketing specialist on my team. We got an e-commerce guru. We have people in like, I'm just taken back and I'm just thankful and grateful. I'm like, listen, y'all can get all, I'll give y'all the, like, y'all, they're really working and I'm able to still focus on my self-care. I'm able to focus on my mental health. I'm able to focus on my kids because I'm still a mama of a 9 and a 19-year-old.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're gonna be seeing a lot of commercials, you know, hit me back, give me feedback, like, girl, I don't know, that don't look right. Let me know. Elizabeth, it's your task. Get me everyone's address. I would definitely send you guys some lashes. I'll send you 2 different ones. I'm gonna send you guys like a natural and then a Sasha Fierce. So you both,
You know what, Liz, what we should do is we should have a Wednesday night where we do like a self-care night. Since she's gonna send out lashes, right? I can send out nail strips and we all put them on together. We all put lashes on together. We have a little lady night fun together.
I can send out face masks.
Yes, face
masks.
masks.
Let me get some, girl.
Self-care empowerment from LaToya. Yes.
Tamar, skincare.
Party too.
Your skincare. And you mentioned masks. I have never broken out in my life. I've never broken out ever since we've started wearing these, and it won't stop. It's pores. I keep getting these pores right over here that won't go away. And my face, like, that's one thing I'm super proud of. And I'll say, I've never had pimples. I've never broken out. I've never, but lately I've been like, girl, never ever could have, it's happened. Like, and I cannot get rid of it. And it's like pores that turn into pimple, and it doesn't matter. I switched from the disposable mask. I use the cloth. It does not matter. They're not going away. Is there any skincare products that you have in your line that I can use for that?
Well, right now I have my serum and just my face mask, but my face mask actually gets into your pores and illuminizes, and it helps with like discoloration and things like that. Also, you could just like I say a steady skincare routine. Like I literally put 5 things on my face.
Whoa.
In the morning and at night, and I have an ice roller. Yes. And honestly,
this year, I'm 36, and this year, about 3 months ago, was my first time getting a facial.
Wow.
Really?
I have no skincare. My skincare routine is, what is it? The sunburst, Neutrogena sunburst, the orange one with the little pebbles inside.
I haven't used that since a
That's
long
the
time.
only thing, but it ain't working now. So I'm gonna try your mask. I'm definitely gonna connect with you. And let me get some stuff and we're gonna figure it out. I'm gonna order some stuff from you. I definitely need the sweater. And Elizabeth, Simone, however you guys want to do it. If I have to send the lashes to you guys and then you send whatever, let me know and let's get that going. But you guys are
we'll talk about it. We'll plan it and connect with everyone who does some sort of self-care. I think that would be a really good that'd be a good wind down Wednesday for us ladies. I feel like we all need that sometimes, you know? It's one thing to talk about it, but it's another thing to be about it. So why not, right?
And we all got to play a part in being about it, meaning showing up.
That's right.
Elizabeth, if you see it 7 o'clock and I'm not on, call me because I may be.
All right, y'all.
All right.
Well, all right, guys.
Well, we thank you all for being here and attending. We hope you took away the strength, the drive, and the passion from our guest speakers as they shared their journey with us. God bless, and we love you all. And until next time, February
10th.
10th. Yes, thank you. February 10th is the next one. I'll see you all then.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Drop
A pleasure,
your-
everyone.
I
God bless.
Bye.
drop your Instagram in the chat group or your I think your emails. You can email Annette. And we'll have all that information.
Liz, I don't know my Instagram, so you can just
I'll
send
put it in for you.
All right, thanks. Bye.
I think I already
Bye,
put
ladies.
mine.
I
But
have
everyone is following
Mhm.
Elizabeth. Elizabeth, how about you guys just send us a list of it?
Yeah, definitely.
Because I'm on the computer and it ain't the same. I'm a little retarded when it comes to that.
I have
All
everyone's
right, guys.
information.
Bye.
Okay, good night.
Good night.
Good night. Okay, let me just get this in.
Hold on, Liz.
Okay.
Hold on 1 second. Don't take it off yet. I'm doing something.
Oh, I copied your chat for you if that's what you're doing.
You got it? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
You know I always I'm like 10 steps ahead with this because you need this information.
Miss Annette.
Hey, y'all.